Would you like to find some affordable saddlebags for your adventure touring motorcycle that are actually waterproof? Hello everyone, Ron here with Southwest Colorado Adventures, and today we may just have an answer for you. As promised, when I purchased the Nelson Rig saddlebags on the Black Friday sale a few weeks ago, I'm going to install them, I'm going to test them to a certain extent, and then we're going to talk about whether or not they're worth it. There are tons of great options out there, but I'm committed to bringing you products that get the job done while also being aligned with the budget of the Himalayan, which is an entry-level bike into the adventure touring segment. I'm going to throw the link in the description below so you can check it out yourself. Remember, the goal of this channel is to encourage you to get out and have adventures of your own. If you relate to or find value in that, please like this video and consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you on my adventures with me. I chose the Himalayan because of its entry price point into the adventure touring segment, and I gotta tell you, I've been having a blast with it so far. I've been riding for about 33 years and I've had more fun on this bike than any of the others combined. First things first, let's unbox this thing and see what we got inside. Alright, let's pull out the unboxing Boker tree brand knife and see what we got in here. Now, well, okay. Don't really need a knife for that package. Be careful when you open it. This stuff is waterproof and it's canvas, polyurethane coated, so you don't want to cut it before you even get it mounted. We have stuffing. And we have a big bag with straps coming out of it. It says right on there, 100% waterproof. Well, we're going to test that out today. So these guys are the removable bracings for the inside. If you like to retain the shape even while it's empty, that's an option. And then the bags. One bag, two bags. So we do have instructions, which is always handy. Not that we ever actually read them. And then we've got the two removable bags that go inside. So whenever you're heading in for the night, you can just pull these guys out with all of your clothes and stuff. All right, very cool. Here are the instructions. It's got to be pretty straightforward. There is not a lot here. Okay, we're going to start out with the right side and get these things mounted. All right, it's telling us to take the stiffener, put that in first. I'm going to start out with them. I may not end up with them, but we shall see. Okay, if you look down inside, you can tell that there is a pocket on the left side where you place the stiffener on one side, and there's a pocket over here on this side as well. You just push it down into place and then stick it up inside the pocket. Okay, so we have a saddlebag. Easy enough. So basically, this is the dry bag part right here. And with these two closed, roll it down, and you got to get the air out because it is actually pretty watertight. And then this little G-hook right here is adjustable to move up and down depending on how packed your bags are. That goes right inside there, and then you can cinch it down. We're going to go ahead and do the other side. Okay, that side is in. We're going to do the same. Close. G-hook on this side. G-hook from the bottom on this side. Now we have two saddlebags, much bigger than the ones that I'm replacing, and better. My other ones are disintegrating. I'm going to assume the reflective part probably goes towards the rear. What do you think? Which means this is left side, this is right side. So I've got this side pretty much mounted here. I wanted to figure out what I was doing before I walked you through the other side. Didn't want to waste any time. So the way I've chosen to do it, it said you can put it up under the seat. So I'm going to put this front one is going to go up under the seat, and then this back one is going to go up under the luggage rack, because I personally don't like having straps up on top of my seat. I think it just looks hokey. But with just the mounting straps the way I've got them according to their instructions, they're pretty darn sturdy right now, so I'm pretty excited so far the way it's going. We'll get going on the next side. Okay, now to this side. So one thing it didn't really say is what to do with these right here. So what I did is I ran my straps through them because I can tell whenever I cinch them down, it's going to pull that protector down flat, which is actually where I want it to be. So I'm going to do that on this side as well. So we're just going to run these guys through here. Pull these straps out because they go across the top. Okay, so now this part is not tricky at all. I've got the Royal Enfield racks on my bike, which has a point below this rail and a point above this rail, which is perfect. The one thing you want to be aware of is your retainer for your loose strap. So as you're putting this together, make sure you pull that forward a little bit before you start wrapping it around, because you don't want to wrap it so that you can't use it after it's wrapped, which is what I did the first time. So don't do what I did. That's why I'm here, to make the mistakes. So then it says to wrap it around, which I agree. You want it to be secure. Wrap it around, make sure this little retainer strap is here in the middle. Slide that through there, cinch it down, but not too tight, because you got to do the other side as well. Take a little slack out of that. But then this is what the little retainer is for, because you got leftover strap and you don't want straps flying all over the place. Even though it sounds like a card on a bike tire, and there we go. That side is done. Now we move to the back, and I put this one on top. On the nope, I put it below. I put that one down below on the other side. Pull the retainer, strap retainer to the outside. Wrap it around. Pull it through. I don't think it really matters whether you do the top or the bottom first. I guess we'll find out since I'm doing the top first. Now we can start cinching it down a little more. I personally prefer that this side be at about the same distance from the end as the other, because I'm just a little on the OCD side. Pull the excess through there and the excess through here, and there we go. Beautiful. I'm going to take that off. Pull out my fancy Boker tree brand knife, made in Germany, purchased in Germany, in Bremen, in fact. And we go to the bottom again, pull the retainer, wrap it around, run that through there, put the strap through the retainer band and back through the retainer band one more time, and there we go. Top and bottom mounted. I'm going to pull this side a little tighter because I don't like things flopping around when I'm riding. I flop enough for everything. And there we go. Pretty snug as a bug in a rug. Like I said, I'm going to put these up underneath the seat because I don't like having exposed straps. So that is my preference. You do it however in the world you wanna. And then this one is gonna go up underneath here, a little trickier. There's some little pegs that stick down up underneath here. I assume that they're to keep whatever it is that you're strapping down secured, but they are hard to get past sometimes. And from what it seems in the instructions, these straps are the primary weight holders, and the side straps are just to keep it from flopping around. And that Velcro is super sticky. All right, there we go. And we want this to go, or on top of that flap actually. These get cinched down here. Even though we're not going to cinch them yet because it's not loaded, we don't know how much we need to cinch them. G-hooks, aircraft grade aluminum, according to the advertising, if you believe that. Okay, I'm going to cinch them down a little bit. They're kind of flopping in the breeze a little more than I would like. And again, you got that retainer there. Once you get them set to where you want them, pull that back through. Okay, now, last thing, let's get the seat on here and see what they look like all together. Okay, that is it. They are mounted, and I'll be honest, they look about like what I expected them to look like. Unladen. Yeah, it looks like I guessed at the height pretty well. Like I said, I don't like the straps necessarily, but keep in mind I got these on Black Friday for $130. They're actually on sale right now for $160, normally $225, something like that. I'll throw the link again down in the description if you want to check them out. But yeah, now that we've got these guys mounted, we need to figure out what it's like whenever we pack them full of stuff. So I happen to have stuff, so we're gonna load them up. First, I'm gonna put the removable liners inside of them. Okay, one thing I will note is the removable inserts are not the waterproof part of these bags. I know a lot of times they come with a liner that makes them waterproof, so everything soaks on the outside. That's not the case with these guys. They're actually kind of not super sturdy, but they're not waterproof material at all. So next thing we're gonna do is load these guys up. Okay, so here's the test. My plan is, if I was gonna go for an overnight ride, this is the stuff that I would take. Now, it is winter or almost winter time, so I don't really have access to my compression bags and all that kind of stuff, so don't judge me. I've got a day's worth of food, got 6 water bottles, backpack. I have a hydration pack that is gonna be what I use on me while I'm riding, so it doesn't need to go in the saddlebags. And all of this may not go in the saddlebags, honestly, like the tent probably. There's no need to even put that in there. And my pad. Let's get this stuff loaded in. I've got first aid kit. I've got my mountain safety kit, which includes matches, sterno, emergency blanket, tire repair kit, clothes, undies, socks. I've got polypropylene. I have a packable down jacket. I've got my Mufate Hoka shoes if I want to go hiking the next morning before I get back on the trail, which I probably will. So I got a can of soup. I don't have a whole lot of food because honestly, it doesn't look like it, but I don't eat a whole lot. But I do have Cliff bars, protein bars, pepitas, pumpkin seeds, got a little extra rain gear. It's a big old bag. Now I'm gonna get this stuff loaded up and let's see what she looks like. Everything is packed in here. Obviously, whenever you're packing, you want to keep the heaviest stuff on the bottom. That is the way I've got it. That's got a little extra slack in it, but that's as a result of this. We'll just adjust this. So really, yeah, once you get everything packed up, then you just do your final adjustments. I mean, you don't want everything shaking all around as much as possible, but realistically, that's pretty sturdy. Everything fit inside the bags. My tent, both of these go right here. And the good thing about the Himalayan rack is it sticks out far enough to where you've got another mounting point right there and you can still mount right here in the middle across the top there. So we're not even anywhere near max capacity. Of course, the plan is for this to only be an overnight, right? All right. So the real question is, are these saddlebags actually waterproof? I happen to have a test set up just for that question. Hang tight. Let's take a look and see if they're dry. The straps are wet, obviously. I mean, essentially, these are just 2 giant dry bags with straps. You can't really see from there, but they are pretty heavy duty. I will say that for sure. And that bag is completely dry. That's a good sign. And the other side, completely dry. Very nice. Now, obviously, if I would have left my tent up there, that sucker would have gotten wet. But again, I'll have another system for all of that. This is still a big batch of clothes and food and stuff that we were able to get inside just those 2 bags. Again, these are 54 liters, 27 on each side. One thing that I would definitely recommend and that I'm gonna do, you can get an assortment of stuff sacks that are different colors to color code your stuff. One of the drawbacks of a top load, whether it's a saddlebag or a backpack, is just organization. So having that stuff separated and segregated so that you know what you're grabbing is very handy. Now with the pull-out bags, it kind of minimizes it a little bit because you really just have to pull the bag out, take it inside your tent, take it inside your hotel room, whatever it is that you're going to sleep in. If you're out camping, if you're going to leave this stuff in here and not take it in your tent, if you've got just a tiny tent, then you may want to keep it in your saddlebags. So it just kind of depends on how you're set up, but organization is always the key. Again, if you find any value in the little test that I've done here and the suggestion, then please like the video, consider subscribing to my channel. There's more to come. I bought my bike just a month ago in fall, coming right up on snow season. Summer is coming, and that's when it's really going to be on. So I would love to have everybody along with me for those rides and the other things that I experience. One other disclaimer, keep in mind, I am not a pro at this. I'm not a professional off-roader. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Believe me, this is just me as a guy that got a bike that wants to have fun out in the mountains, and I'm inviting you all to do that as well. And hopefully I can give you some tips that'll help get you up and rolling in an affordable way. That's my goal. So the weather is a little too sketchy for me to go out and do a real ride. I did ride it around the yard, however. We've got a pretty good yard with some pretty rocky areas and hills and stuff, and just riding it around, I didn't feel anything jostling around. Keep in mind that was, a couple 100 yards at best. I'll continue to keep everybody updated on the rides that I do in the future, not only with these bags, but with anything else that I recommend. That way you can kind of follow along, and if you've been wondering about stuff or think it's good for you or curious how it holds up, I'm gonna tell you, if it breaks, it breaks. None of these guys are not paying me anything for it. Again, these were I think 220, 225 was the original price. They're on Amazon right now for 22% off, which takes them down to about 160. Compared to a lot of the other bags that are out there, pretty good deal. I like the fact that they do strap to your racks if you've got racks. That stability is great. I posted a picture of my saggy other saddlebags that I had. That's just embarrassing riding around with those, but I had to carry some stuff with me and I didn't really want to carry a backpack. But these guys are much, much, much better. If you're looking for any other holiday ideas for your Himalayan or anything else, I did do a review of some of the accessories that I've got on this thing. That video will be coming up shortly. Feel free to click that, follow along, or YouTube is going to recommend what they think's best for you. If you've already seen that, or if they think something else is better for you, click that as well. Thanks a lot, everybody. I sure appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.